Mission Australia is delighted that over 50,000 young Australians from communities across the country have participated in this, our 9th and largest annual survey. The survey again confirms that what is most important to young Australians are their family and their friends. This is a very people-centred generation, contrary to the images that we sometimes hear spoken of about young people. Many young Australians are actively participating in their community, in sports, in volunteering, in arts and cultural activities, and that's again a very positive sign for the community. When we asked young Australians this year what their top issues of concern were, they identified body image, family conflict, coping with stress, and school and study problems as their major concerns. And the two areas which have grown most since last year are coping with stress and school and study problems. Young people's concern about body image is both for males and females, and that level of concern increases for young adults. Often it's about young people's own sense of their body image. Sometimes they're worried about their friends' sense of their body image, and often it's about media and advertising images which young people find very difficult to withstand. In terms of conflict with family, this is an important issue because what's most important to young people are their family and their friends. So when things aren't good at home, that becomes a major issue for young people. The area of coping with stress, many young people told us this year that they're juggling work and study, participation in the community, but they're also juggling many expectations from family, from friends, from schools, from themselves, and from the communities. Many young people told us that they found it difficult to manage their stress, but were conscious that if they weren't able to do so better, that there was some negative long-term possibilities such as depression and mental health. So we've really got to be able to help young people better manage their stress. They've asked us to be able to do that through the survey, and there's a clear role here for parents, for schools, and for community organisations. In a new question this year, we asked young people what they saw as the major national issues facing Australia. And here they very clearly told us that the environment was the major national issue facing Australia. 1 in 2 young people identified it as a major issue, both across all of our age ranges and by gender. And the second top national issue that young people identified were alcohol and drugs. And on the national concerns, body image basically didn't rate at only 2% of young people. In another new question, we asked young people how they felt about the future. And in a positive finding, 2 in 3 young Australians across genders and across ages said they felt positive or very positive about the future. And only 1 in 10 felt negative or very negative about the future. So what does all this mean and where to from here? There are some key priority platforms coming out of the survey. Young people are clearly calling for national action on the environment. They've said that they want to take personal responsibility, but they're also calling on the broader community, people of all ages, communities, but also government and business to show leadership in this area. In terms of coping with stress, we've got to be able to, as a nation, help young people better manage their stress. And there are lots of very practical suggestions that parents and families and schools can put in place to better help young people manage their stress. Family conflict is an important issue, and we've got to make sure that parents are really skilled up to continue communicating with their families and with their young people, including through times of stress and transition. The Mission Australia 2010 annual survey is a unique resource for young people, for community organisations, for government, parents and schools, and we invite everybody to have a really good look at these findings and to work together to better support young people so that we can enhance their wellbeing.
Well, yeah, it's harder to be young. I mean, there's more pressure for us to achieve. You need to get a HSC to get jobs these days.
I suppose the HSC is getting really competitive. I don't know, I guess it was always competitive, but I think the pressure to really perform and to get ahead in life is a lot greater, I suppose.
We've got more responsibilities like part-time jobs and out-of-school commitments that we have to deal with as well, yeah.
Friends, family, school, the constant pressures of life and being perfect and fitting in with everyone else.
it's really stressful, and there's the exams, and then there's what are your friends going to do? What are you going to do? Are you still going to see your friends when you're done?
I think there's pressure to be a sort of rounded whole person, more so than just kind of going with the flow and being natural.
I think tips and things to try and help us deal with the stress, like time management, would be good, just so we can deal with our own kind of...
Maybe just help to timetable what we need to do, just more organisational skills that are offered and shown to us how to do it would be good.
Yeah, I think it's important to know how to deal with stress, because otherwise it can sort of snowball. So to stop it early and take it back, I think is quite important, yeah.
I know a lot of people strive to have that perfect body, and it can do damage to their self-esteem because they're not accepted by people who think that they have a good body image, and also they try and they aspire to be like the celebrities as well.
Yeah, definitely with the things that are being done now to try and have a positive future for our future generations, I think it's definitely looking promising.
If you work hard and you do your best, you can achieve whatever you want to do and follow your dreams.
How are you ever going to manage if you're always focusing on the negatives and not looking forward?
I look forward to all of the new discoveries and everything that we are going to learn as a civilization, and aspiring to be what we want to be and following our dreams as well.
It's a natural human thing. You have to be sort of positive for the future.
Glass half full.
Yeah, it's just you have to have a positive attitude to get out of bed every day, I guess.